Today, our topic is email writing. We are going to discuss advantages and limitations of email writing, style, structure, and content, email etiquette, effectiveness, and security. So, email or electronic mail is a means of sending messages, text, and computer files between computers via the internet. Email is an important method of business communication that is fast, cheap, accessible, and easily replicated. Using email can greatly benefit businesses as it provides efficient and effective ways to transmit all kinds of electronic data. Today, it's one of the most commonly used communication tools in the modern world. In this picture, you can see some advantages and disadvantages of email. So now coming towards the advantages of email, the first thing is that it is fast and cheap, no doubt. It's very much fast in comparison to the traditional post, and for cheap, obviously you need only internet connection to send an email. Anytime, anywhere. This means that you can send message 24/7 from anywhere, any place in the world. Then automation means that you can send automatic replies to any email, and the context that you send emails, they are stored in the address book of your email directory. Similarly, you can send same message to many people, and email is also environmental friendly. That means that you don't need any paper, and so everything is stored on the computer. It is convenient and user friendly. Anybody can use email. It is self-explanatory. But no doubt, like everything else, it has some limitations. The first thing is that internet access is needed for that. If there is no internet, you cannot contact the other people. It is prone to viruses as everything is online. Phishing means that sending an email to a user falsely claiming to be a legitimate company to scam the user into providing information, such as personal information and bank account numbers on a bogus website. The details will then be used for identity theft. Then we have spam. That in the junk mail, you have so many emails. Sending emails by mistake. If you have sent an email by mistake, you cannot undo the action. Data storage, obviously, email stores a lot of data on your computer. And then we have information overheads. Some people may not provide proper attention to the emails received due to their busy schedule. If left unread for a long time, this could potentially cause information overheads. Hence, for avoiding this, users have to stay updated by regularly checking the email account. Timely response, some emails tend to require timely responses, which means that these emails must be replied as soon as possible. If left unattended, users can miss important messages. And direct interaction means that emails lack on the side of direct interaction because it is treated similar to a conversation. It cannot convey a personal touch or emotional feelings to build relationships, like face-to-face interactions or telephonic call. Then we have disruptions. Email does not include any kind of alert system. Therefore, after a certain time, inbox can be flooded with emails that can be disruptive to go through one by one. Next is data loss. Comparing to a handwritten letter, emails are highly vulnerable to data loss. It takes no time to destroy or delete an email. And also, once the site goes down, the data on the server can never be retrieved. Recovery of an email account is difficult if one forgets the username or password. The only option for this will be either by answering the security question or using a phone number. Then we are going towards discussion of style, structure, and content of an effective email. To write a great email, you need to know two things. The first thing is common mistakes to avoid, and second thing is next level strategies to get ahead. You have to know what a great email looks like if you're going to write one. Like every written form of professional communication, there are some standards that should be followed for writing an email. These include subject line, greeting, email body, closing. This is just the basic email structure. Subject line means that it's the most important part of the email, though it's often overlooked in favor of the email body. You have to craft and design it well. Don't write just hi or it may interest you. Spend double the amount of time crafting the right subject line as you do on the body, because if they don't open the email, it doesn't matter. Founder says one, researcher. Openers. Then second part of the email is the openers. Quick greeting makes an email more effective, particularly in business situations. However, you may drop greeting and closing with your intimate colleagues. Number 3 is body. It must be very clear in purpose, like getting feedback on a presentation or arranging a meeting. Even for emails that require more detail, keep it as focused as you can. And same researcher says that nobody wants to receive a novel. You want to keep it between 3, 4, or 5 lines of text. And lastly, closings. Just as you want to start things off on the right foot with your greetings, you also want to part well. That means writing a friendly sign off. And there are plenty of options to choose from. On the right hand side, you can see there are so many sign offs for emails. Then coming towards the structure of the email header, first of all, it contains the subject, then sender, from, date and time received, reply to, recipient means to, and recipient email address and attachments if there are any. This is the structure. Now we're moving towards email etiquette. Every email is an opportunity for professional growth, yet there is also the potential to fall into common email writing bad habits. Try to avoid common email writing mistakes and learn what to do to write an effective email. For an effective email, these are the points that you must consider. Keep your tone professional, avoid vague subject lines, means you have to provide very concrete subjects in the email. Use proper email punctuation, practice good grammar, resist emojis in email, and keep subject lines descriptive and short. Choose your email salutation carefully. Leave the right impression with your email sign off. Use sentence case, standard fonts, and formatting. Shorten your URLs. Use your professional account and perfect your email signature. Fill out your email fields properly. Use BCC appropriately, and then you have to use reply all sparingly. Think before forwarding and proofreading your content. Respond in a timely manner. Set informative out of office replies. Don't add sent from my phone. So you have it by default in your phones, you have to delete it. Here is an activity for you. This is just an email body, and I just want you to point out errors in these emails, and I've underlined the errors for you. You just have to point out what type of errors are these. And coming towards email effectiveness, for an effective email, we are going to avoid extremely long or unclear text. Don't be too casual or too formal. And don't overuse cliches, repetitions, and exclamation marks. Think positive and strike the right tone. Follow up in a good time. Next is craft meaningful, complete, and concise messages. And the last one is make it easy on the eyes. That means you're going to use different fonts. You're going to make some points bold and put them in italics as well. Our last point is email security. Email security is a term for describing different procedures and techniques for protecting email accounts, content, and communication against unauthorized access, loss, or compromise. An email service provider implements email security to secure subscriber email accounts and data from hackers at rest and in transit. Email security is a broad term that encompasses multiple techniques used to secure an email service. From an individual end user standpoint, proactive email security measures include strong passwords, password rotation, spam filters, desktop-based antivirus, anti-spam applications. So that's all about email. I hope it's clear.